Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 28th, I think. I don't know. I forgot. It'll be in the title. Who cares, right? You start off here with the novice, and you also have this flying card as well. I'll show you both of these cards in just a second here, Gemini. But let's see. You could be starting something new. You know, if you're thinking of starting something new, by the way, and you don't feel good enough, which we see right here with these two cards, I actually think you are. So don't put yourself down, and don't be afraid to get started on something, even if you're a novice, even if you're a beginner. I think that you might just be a natural. You have my card of the natural right here, the Nine of Pentacles. But you have the Two of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. If I'm being honest, though, I really feel like you're trying, what this is saying quite simply, is that you're trying to get away from this feeling right here, Two of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. It's like some sort of decision is making you feel weak, or some sort of decision is, or some sort of thought could be kind of controlling your reality, or at least you think it does with this Five of Pentacles here. And so, I kind of feel some of you are trying to take back control of your life at this time, or at least that's how you feel. And, you're trying to, look at that, you cannot make this up. This card right here says, take charge, responsibility, and leadership. There you go. Again, I feel that on a very deep level in your reading here, Gemini. That's what I would say the whole entire reading is about, is you taking control, taking the lead, making things happen in your life. Probably because you want to end whatever this story is here. We're gonna find out right now, right? You have this flying card and this novice card. Again, for some of you, I feel there is clearly something new. Personally, I consider the Nine of Pentacles to be a clue. If you don't know, there are some cards in the tarot that I personally consider clue cards, and the Nine of Pentacles to me is a clue for newness or something new coming into your life. And it's usually like a new opportunity, and the Nine of Pentacles can represent something you're natural at. So again, you might not even realize that you're good at doing something just because you're naturally good at it, and you just don't realize it. So this could be a talent, gift, skill, or ability you need to take advantage of. Again, you have the Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Two of Swords is needing to see what's over here. She is sitting where she has always been, and she's not making a decision. But I always say that really, the Two of Swords is a card of a third place solution. This is the third place right here, the place behind her. She thinks that all decisions in her life are just this or that, but really there's a third decision behind her. Maybe also she needs to trust her intuition. She has this blindfold on, and it could say that she is trying to tap into her intuition. And so I feel for a lot of you, it could just be saying tap into your intuition if you're making a new decision. You have the Five of Pentacles here. It is kind of weird because I do feel that this Five of Pentacles is a little bit like consuming me in your reading. I don't know how bad it really is. But what I will say is you have two fives right here, Five of Pentacles, Five of Wands. And the Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. So it kind of is a card of, of course, needing to focus on your strengths, needing to focus on, the good things in your life, and needing to focus on what you can do, not what you can't do. And so I kind of feel that. You also have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune can be about taking control. We can take control by being at the center of the wheel. I like to remind people that the wheel is always spinning. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune is a good card, but it's always spinning, and really we want to be at the center of the wheel, because that's when we take control of our life. When you're at the center, it's like good things and bad things still will happen in your life. But like when you see a bad thing happening, you don't just run away from it. You face it and you take control of it and you fix it, right? That's how you live at the center of the wheel. When there's a good thing that happens to you, you double down on it. You give it extra energy. So it's all about kind of like really doubling down on the good things, and also taking control of the bad things and kind of minimizing them as much as possible, right? Basically creating a better solution or a better situation out of whatever's going on in your life. Most people just hide from their problems. So, that's why the Wheel of Fortune can spin backwards sometimes. So, again, when you do this, you become very powerful. Yeah, with the Two of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands. A lot of people getting the Knight of Wands nowadays, and I do feel that we are in a time of exploration. It's pretty simple. Again, if you don't know something about something that's happening in your life, explore it, learn about it, figure it out. There's plenty of free information on YouTube, as I always say, like for any problem that you have, or again, even if things are going well for you. I think we all are guilty of thinking too negatively. So, again, we can make things better, even better than they actually are. You know what I mean? Like if something is going well, you're making more money in your business, how can you double it, right? Learn about it, figure it out, right? Double down on those situations because you will, and your life will be better because of it. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Again, yeah, see, it's like I feel also, by the way, Gemini, that some of you could be worried about your finances, but I actually see your finances improving here with the Nine of Pentacles twice, so wouldn't even worry about it. You could be worrying about nothing. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Six of Cups here. I would be careful of the past this way. We do have all these retrogrades and, these ones, I don't know, it's like another set. Like, I don't know, I think it was like a couple years ago, there was like another set of retrogrades where it just seemed like there was just a little bit extra energy of people coming back from the past. So again, I would be careful. Five of Wands could be like someone trying to come in and mess up your day or something like that. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Ask for Help card, Three of Pentacles. You have this Live in the Moment card as well. So I think anything that you're working on, if you're having a hard time, that asking for help would obviously be a good idea. You have the Nine of Pentacles twice, which is a very independent energy. But, again, I always like to remind people that we're entering into a time of co-creation. And, so I think with the co-creative energy, we need to make sure that we're getting help from other people. It doesn't mean you have to like hire someone in your business or anything like that. It could be as simple as like finding a friend who you co-create with. Maybe you have a friend where you bounce ideas off of each other, or maybe you join some sort of community where you bounce ideas off of people in the community, or, whatever the case may be. So again, just getting those ideas would be a good idea. You have the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Again, I do see your finances improving here. Nine of Pentacles does also say that if your finances are not improving, to make sure that you have a positive financial environment. So, again, there are certain things we can do to make sure that we're staying financially healthy. We can pay bills on time. We can negotiate our bills. Like, trust me, I get tons of comments from people that are like, I can't pay my bills. I'm like, I totally get it, right? But there are things you can do if you can't pay your bills. And that's what I would do. You can negotiate your debts. You can, there's so many things you can do. And trust me, plenty of people leave me comments as well saying that doesn't work. I'm like, okay, then it is definitely not going to work for you. You're going to end up in a gutter. There you go. So is that the solution? They're just going to end up in a gutter? Because that's what's going to happen if you don't fix it, if you don't at least try. Again, especially these things, again, it works. Things work. You can negotiate your debts. People do it every single day. So again, it's worth trying. It's worth trying it, especially if it's free, right? You don't have to pay anyone money. You can just pick up your telephone. You can call the person you have a debt with, the company you have a debt with, and you can say, I can't pay it, but I'm willing to work with you. I don't know. Try it. It might work, right? So again, I think this reading is all about taking control, and that's like an amazing way to do it, because then at least you're trying to do something with your solution, right? And so there you go. And this could be in any area of your life. And like I said, this could be good things as well. Make sure you're doubling down on the good things, like I said earlier. You have the Five of Wands. Again, I would be careful, even this way here. It's like, it's almost like I get the sense that there's a person who can't see their life without you. Two of Swords down to the Queen of Cups, but I feel like they were inconsistent. I feel like they weren't even in your life, is what I feel like. It's almost like, the lights are on, but nobody's home type of energy. So, you could have been dealing with a past person where it's like they were kind of there, but they were very flighty, inconsistent. I would definitely be careful. I also think that there's new love coming in. You have this, the Lovers, Queen of Wands, like someone who like worships you is what I'm getting here, or someone who really wants something consistent. So, I would make sure that you're moving towards consistent situations. Also, a card of financial stability, the King of Pentacles. So again, I feel really good about your finances in this reading, even if they're not good, right? Like I said, I think there are things that you could be choosing to do that will improve your finances. So, looks really good. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is a messenger, and so there clearly could be communication and love here. Could also be if you're like waiting for a job or something like that. This could be like approval, or you could be getting approval for a job or a position, something along those lines. With the Five of Wands, you have the High Priestess here. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. I'm not sure, this might be a new person though. Might just be a person who has Pisces in their chart. I just get like an intuitive person, but they might not be a Pisces. I'm a Pisces. I get it. I wouldn't want to date a Pisces either. But what I would say here is, again, it could just be like an intuitive person that you're picking up here with the High Priestess. It could be a water sign, though. We go here. You have basically everything, though. You have water, fire, earth showing up here. I also feel that, again, you need to trust your intuition. Here's the thing with the High Priestess is that she kind of represents something that has a lot of potential. You could be, with the Two of Swords, you could be looking at an area of your life and you could be thinking, what the things I want to accomplish are too out of reach. That's what you could be thinking. High Priestess says, do it anyway. She is a card of unlimited potential. And then you have the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords, choppy waters. In between the Two of Swords, in between those two islands is choppy waters. So it looks like you could be taking a risk to, get to that island. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles, financial stability, but extremely boring. These two cards are the most boring financial cards in existence. This is like your grandpa. Right here. It's like grandpa would, put a couple of bucks in the bank every couple weeks. And by the time he was 97, he had $100, right, to his name or something like that. It's like slow, steady, boring. And, it's like investing in CDs, stuff like that in the bank. So what I would say here is that a little bit slow and steady, though, probably could be a good idea. But I would also, try new ideas. I would try new things that you've never tried before, like working together with other people or asking people for help or, whatever you need. I think that could really greatly increase your finances, for sure. Next, we are, what are we doing? Sorry, I dropped my piece of paper. We're doing what is coming towards you here. This says time interference. It says time depends on someone else. This matter is out of your control. It says next year, step by step, you'll get there. There's no shortcuts to this journey. It also says do not rush. So you're probably building something here new in your life. It could be a new you with the Nine of Pentacles, but I feel like you are getting there. And both of these cards basically say don't rush. This also says third party outside interference. So some of you definitely could have been dealing with a third party situation. You have the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. The Lovers is your card here, Gemini. Of course, this puts you in a position of power and strength, kind of allows you to get what you want from the reading. But, at the same time, I would say that this could be love. I do feel like there's like new love coming in. It might be a little slow. The person, they might be a little bit of a grandpa too. It's popping into my head. Grandpa, grandma, whatever you're into, right? It's like whatever you're into. I don't care, right? But what I would say is I do feel this person, they might have I feel like I've said this to you before as well, is that, there might be a person who has like a little bit of a boring side to them. But I don't know. I also think that could be what makes them stable. So it's like, yeah, maybe you normally would want something exciting, but it's like maybe exciting is also cheating on you, going to the club every night, bringing home, two, ladies of the night or whatever every single weekend, right? So it's like, that could be a disaster. This person, stable, secure, probably doesn't do anything crazy. That they have a boring side to them, but I don't know, sometimes boring is good. You have the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands, I feel, is you needing to kind of like charge towards something. She has to take a risk, and she maybe doesn't know what she's doing, but as I always say, to me, she's a card of learning as you go. She really kind of tries to figure things out as she moves along. That sunflower is pointing towards the sun, so it's pointing towards her happiness. But again, she figures things out as she goes along. She doesn't rush anything. She learns as she goes. If she doesn't know something, she learns about it. With the Queen of Cups here, definitely time to trust your intuition. I also feel you need to make sure that you are like valuing the things that you're doing. She has that cup that you can see she's holding. It almost looks like a trophy. And I always say that, to me, it's kind of her heart. She is really making sure that the things that she does in her life align with her heart, like what she is feeling on the inside. So I feel like you need to make sure that you are doing things in alignment. With the Lovers, you have the Ace of Cups. Definitely love coming in for you here, for sure. Look at this is actually pretty amazing. You have the Wheel of Fortune, Six of Cups, Five of Wands, High Priestess, Lovers, and the Ace of Cups. Could be, a person who like changes your life, or someone who really kind of like turns things around for you in a lot of ways. Maybe I kind of feel like you do this for each other if this is a new person. Now with the Queen of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, your heart is telling you to do something. The Queen of Wands is just needing to do it. So I feel a lot of you need to move towards your heart. With the Queen of Cups here, you have the Knight of Swords. Yep, time to move towards your heart. It's a card of charging forward, taking decisive action, making something happen. He can be a little bit hasty, but at the same time, he's taking action. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card that says, Helm, take charge, responsibility, and leadership. You have the Sand Dollar. It says, manifesting, be open to receive. So I feel this is saying you need to, number one, take the lead, but also be open to receiving help, because you have the Six of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. The Three of Pentacles, I feel, is your future self is saying, like, hey, there are people that are going to come into your life and they want to assist you or help guide you. And you need to, accept that help. I feel like you need to listen to those people or allow those people into your life so that you can benefit, and that's exactly what I would do here. I also feel that there could be someone who maybe has like a little bit better of a plan, so it's like if you're struggling in work or business, there could be a boss, a mentor, someone like that who kind of has a better understanding of the direction that you should move in. I do see you taking some sort of risk, like we said earlier with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on a calmer shore. So it's like you're moving across the choppy waters to get to the other side. You're moving towards something bigger and better in your life. And you have the, what is this? The Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about taking a risk. And so again, plain and simple, I feel like this last row is like saying, get help and take a risk. And you will be very, very successful at whatever you're trying to improve here. With the Six of Swords, you have the Chariot. Are you kidding? This is a card of taking control. The Chariot is the card of hard control, which is like really, grabbing the reins and making something happen. So I do see a victory or, some sort of success coming in for you here. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about kind of like learning. So there's definitely something about learning as you go here. The Hierophant is also about outside the box thinking. You're a Gemini. You are very good at thinking outside the box. So keep doing it. I'm wondering if maybe you've had a couple of moments over the past few years where your outside the box ideas like weren't appreciated or, people didn't understand it. And that could make you a little bit shy of like trying your outside the box ideas. But I feel like it's time to step back into that kind of, wild, eccentric, unique idea, Gemini energy, because that is probably what's going to, fix whatever is going on. With the Five of Swords, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, you start and end, literally, with the Two of Swords. So I feel like your answer to overthinking or not being able to make a decision is going to be taking a risk to go across those waters, right? And I think that this is actually a really good reading here, Gemini. I like where it's going. So we're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this Horseman card, and it says Herald of Change. Yes, there is a time of change. The interesting thing is sometimes I think we do something in life, we try to get a job, we try to get a relationship, and things don't work, and then we're afraid to try again. But it's like really the circumstances are different, where circumstances are always changing in life. So I feel like saying you shouldn't judge new situations based off of past situations, or you shouldn't, it's almost like you're letting your past self control you or something here is what I'm getting. And I feel like it's saying, no, you're different. So don't be afraid to try something again. You have this Lost in Space card. It says needing direction, probably because you're thinking this or that, right, with the Two of Swords. So, again, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask your friends, your mom, or anyone for help, assistance, ideas, new directions. I think that a little bit of inspiration could go a long way here. So, but also, by the way, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups twice, Queen of Wands, these are all cards of listening to your heart. The problem is, as I always say, what our heart is telling us to do could be something that is just like weird, eccentric, different, and so we're afraid to do it. So most people know exactly what they're supposed to do in life, but they're just afraid to do it. And again, I don't mean this like to be mean or anything like that. Like I'm not calling you a scaredy cat or anything. It's just that it's understandable. Again, if you're passionate, I always make the joke about worm farming. If you're passionate about worms, it's like, who the hell is going to take you seriously? So, it's like, I totally get it. But at the same time, it's like, I think we're in a heart-based time. That's what we need to move towards. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is a card of boundaries. It's also my card of experimentation. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying it's like, it's time to experiment. It's time to try new things and do things kind of like differently in your life so that you can be more successful. So don't be afraid to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. You have this rainbow card. I do feel that there is like a lot of happiness coming in for you with this energy. I feel like you need to kind of like choose happiness above all else. So it's like if something is not making you happy, I feel you need to remove it from your life. If something is making you happy, I feel like you need to double down on it, like we were saying earlier. And finally, you have this middle world card. So again, I feel like you're in this very like 3D space, and that's perfectly fine. Believe it or not, as a spiritual teacher or whatever you want to call me, right? I'm a big fan in living in the 3D. I know most spiritual teachers are like 5D, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing is like last time I checked, my hand looks pretty 3D to me. We spend plenty of time in the 5D. When you're dead, you're in the 5D, right? You're living in a whole other dimension, and it's totally different. I believe we're human. We come here for a reason. We come here to have a human 3D experience. So we are not here for a spiritual experience. I know, gasp, right? So again, I have nothing against any of these spiritual teachers or anything, but I think you can be too spiritual. I think you can be too much, on the other side, right? And I'm not saying we shouldn't live with spiritual principles or anything like that. But again, we are in the 3D. It is what it is, right? And I think we are here to make the best of it and learn whatever we can. So there you go. But Gemini, this looks pretty good. I love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.